Part 12. Strategy for the All Heavens Dungeon, starting from the Biohive. Author, I'm chasing water in the sky. Chapter 111. Abe Restaurant. The restaurant opened by the Supreme Dragon Chef Abe. Master Abe, who was originally terminally ill, was selected by the invitation letter of the scattered people a month ago. All ailments disappeared in an instant. After all, it was the era that personally designated the choice behind the scenes. Not for anything else, just for eating, for a little tongue desire. And behind the scenes, the era also informed the fate of his son's little master one by one. Knowing the fate of the little master, Master Abe was naturally relieved. So, after thinking about it, she decided to go with the flow. Exited the culinary world, chose to enter the origin space, and opened a restaurant. She wanted to give it a try, in this place where the heavens and all the worlds converged. See more ingredients, meet more guests. And then he continued to surpass his current cooking skills. And the restaurant she opened is also a prime location in the 007 trading area divided by the era, which is given away for free. Of course. Chef Abe will naturally let the little master go to the same fate as he does, and carry out cooking practice. But once in a while, you can also come to the source to help. Today is the first day of opening. Naturally, there can be no less. In addition to the little master, Master Abe also hired some buddies. And this ingredient from different worlds is simply dazzling. A variety of high-end ingredients from many secret places. Among them, there are many that Master Abe has never seen and heard of. Fortunately, for the rest of the month, I tried it. Especially the mysterious primordial master. Ingredients such as dragon liver and phoenix marrow, zhiling ginseng, etc. When you get it in your hand, you just smell the ingredients. Master Abe seemed to feel that he had become an immortal, and he was indescribably comfortable. Today, Abe Restaurant is open, and it is still a prime location. Naturally, it attracted a lot of attention. When Bayakui and the others arrived, it could be said that it was overcrowded. The restaurant has a total of 3 floors, which is not high. From the outside, the restaurant is not big, at most 800 square meters. But inside, there is actually something else. Bayakui and his party are 3 less. It's her teammates Shanda, Sutong, and Silent Words. The 3 guys, mysterious, don't know what to do. But look at their obscene looks, and the disgusted look of Shattered Star. That's certainly not a good thing. Wow, it smells so good. Stepping into the door of Abe Restaurant, the fragrance that came to the face made everyone drool unconsciously. Thor was on all fours, his nose wide open, and he sniffed around. Thor. Who called me? Athena shouted, reminding Thor of the image. You're Odin's dog son. Unexpectedly, the dragon maids happened to come in at the side. Thor, who was standing next to Xiaolin, couldn't help but say strangely. Attracted Athena and Bayakui to look. Puff ha ha ha. Xiaodo on the side couldn't hold back and laughed. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Bayakui stroked his forehead, patted Xiaodo, and quickly explained. Let's just get a table. Bayakui proposed that Xiaolin and Lukeya and the others would naturally not object. It's a little lively to get together. Kobayashi, what's that? A few people casually found a large round table and sat on it. Connor sat down and pointed to the soap bubbles falling from the sky. It's called rainbow bubbles, a pudding-like dessert, but it's the fruit of the tree. If you read a violent novel, go to Fila Novel Network. Loco tinkered on the table and opened a curtain of light. There's an introduction to this bubble above. Pudding. I want to eat. Woohoo. Everyone was fascinated by the novelty. A kind of bubble that grows from a plant, it's actually a pudding. The free desserts of this world restaurant can be eaten as much as you like. When a few people got their hands on it, the spoon scooped up on the bubbles. When the bubbles are put in the mouth, the soft and glutinous texture melts in the mouth, sucks it and slides into the throat. A sweet smell instantly filled the entire mouth. Wow! Delicious! It's not just 10 cold Thor, and Connor Chan says it's delicious. It's everyone who thinks so. The world of food. Loco was interested in the world where such magical items could be produced. But I only know that the introduction says that it comes from the world of exotic food, but there is no specific information about the world of food. However, all kinds of delicacies also make everyone forget to eat zero. For example, Connor and Tenlin Thor, the dessert cake they eat now. It is a main called a trumpet lion and is known as a sponge cake. In addition, there is also fresh seafood from the East China Sea. It is also extremely delicious. These foods not only taste good, but also strengthen the body. Athena can accurately feel that her divine body is absorbing and strengthening the nutrients of food. When Seattle heard Athena say this, she bent her arms and puffed out her muscles. I don't feel it. Yes, your body is not strong, and the nutrition of the food will be stored in the body and absorbed slowly, and it will not directly blow up your body. Loco nodded. As you take a bite of the rainbow fruit, the flesh explodes in your taste buds and transforms into 7 different fantastic flavors. Wow, rainbow! Connor said, pointing to the rainbow flesh in Loco's hand. It turned out to be the juice of the rainbow fruit, which caused a rainbow vision when it evaporated. It's so magical, delicious dishes and desserts, no wonder there are so many people today, even those who are busy dealing with state affairs have come to join in the fun. Seattle squinted and took a small sip of the delicious shrimp soup. It is filled with a small butterfly bat spice, which is even more delicious and has an excellent taste. Smack! Accidentally, the soup spoon in his hand fell into the hot bowl. But the next moment, the river god's passive triggered. 4.3 Beautiful little girl. Did you drop this golden soup spoon, or this silver soup spoon, or this porcelain soup spoon? River god, please pay attention to the occasion, it's a bowl where people drink soup. Athena roared and shouted. Immediately provoked a table of people to burst into laughter. This river god actually has this ability. After saying that, Athena looked at some of the people who walked to the second floor and asked, are those people from the 4 great kingdoms of origin? Next to him, Biohive ate a string of snake frog skewers and nodded. Those who went up just now were Emperor Ming and Empress of the Ming dynasty, as well as Emperor Qin of Great Qin and the elders of Kyushu. As he was talking, a person suddenly walked in at the door of the restaurant. It instantly took everyone's breath away. UN Master. Strategy for the All Heavens Dungeon, starting from the Biohive. Author, I'm Chasing Water in the Sky. Chapter 112. The person who came was the Era. Of course, he wasn't alone, though. He held a tall woman in a long black dress in his left hand, and on his shoulder sat a small lily sound. The woman in the long skirt is the reincarnation of the heavenly monarch, the goddess of the 6 realms. With the enhancement of the origin and the enhancement of the 6 realms of reincarnation, the goddess at this moment, although the body has not yet completely transformed. But the occasional distraction is fine. And that's not all. There are also 3 cute Pokemon beside him. Dream, Princess Tianzi, and Shanadua. With the appearance of the Era, the noise inside and outside the restaurant disappeared in an instant. And when they all got up, they were about to bow down and greet them. Gun hurriedly waved his hand, stopped everyone, and said with a smile. Ladies and gentlemen, you're tired of raiding the secret realm, so don't do this when you're enjoying the food. I'm here today to enjoy Chef Abe's food. I was in the middle of that sacred mountain, but I could smell the aroma of Master Abe's food. It aroused my gluttony and made you laugh. On the 05th floor of Hall 1, Tables and chairs appear out of thin air on the original open space. Gun and the others sat straight up. Brother Yuanzu, this fried earthworm bean sprouts is so delicious. Connor-chan lifted the small bowl, and inside it was the earthworm sprouts. This earthworm sprouts need to be stir-fried when they are alive, when they are freshest, and they are indeed delicious. Haha, if you like Connor-chan, it's fine. After a while, I'll be able to open up this world of food, and you can go there at any time to explore and find your favorite food. Kungana-chan called her brother, which really embarrassed Gun. However, if you add in the time you spent on time and space, you will be enlightened. It's problematic to call me brother. However, don't look at Kana-chan as small, it seems to be very ignorant. But she is better than anyone else, and she can flirt better than anyone else. Flirted with her classmate Keishuan, went out and picked up a little sister, and heroically saved the beauty. It's so good. Thank you, the food of this world is simply unheard of, unseen, this strange way is really interesting. Lu Xiaofeng, with 4 eyebrows, raised his eyebrows and said with a bowl of fresh soup. And at the next table, the sword master, nameless, sword demon, sword god, Wei Chuang, Gai Nai. These kendo masters get together. There are several dishes on their table. A sharp edge appeared on it, and it went straight to the eyes. I don't know, I thought it was a spirit sword. But the dish above is a stew. Among them are the sword bone, the sword fish, the sword grass, and the sword fruit. A large pot of stew. The fragrant aroma, like a sharp sword aura, drilled straight into the nose. When you smell it, you can find that there is sword chi, swimming in the internal organs. Even the aroma turned into sword energy, like a kendo master, comparing kendo. Let these kendo masters be fascinated. Master Dade, I also heard the news of Master Bei's food, and we are about to taste this special food. Yang Zheng also said with a smile. Haha, our gluttonous worm was also hooked up and pulled over by Brother Zheng. Master Yuan, let's see that you must be a gourmet person, why don't you recommend a few dishes of Master Bei's delicacies? We really don't want to go through the trouble of ordering food on the menu. Hearing Zhu Yuanzhang's words, everyone laughed. Gun raised his hand and nodded at Zhu Yuanzhang. Zhu Kongba, you slippery head, but you know how to save trouble. Zhu Yuanzhang smiled he, didn't make a sound, was pinched by Queen Ma's waist, and the corners of his eyes twitched. Okay, I'm also happy today, you guys are tired from the heavens. The other day, I got some top-notch ingredients, and I couldn't eat that much. Let's eat together, even if it's a benefit for you slippery heads. Read the violent novel, go to the Fila Novel Network. However, Master Abe will definitely not be able to do so much, when the time comes. Those of you who come to cheer for Master Abe, everyone should come and get a copy. As soon as Gun's voice fell, the voice of excitement spread. This is an ingredient that the UN Master personally obtained, and it must be a top-notch ingredient. I didn't expect to get a copy, which was a big surprise. Thank you to the UN Master, the Guardian Fairy Ancestor, the Reincarnation Heavenly Monarch. Haha, guys, you're curious about the ingredients I'm talking about. Master Abe, I'm sorry for you. Master UN, don't call me Master. Master Abe took a porcelain bowl and put it on the table, walked to the side and hurriedly said. Master Abe, among the heavens and worlds, as long as it is the path of the right path, and the skills are brought into play to the top here, every one of them is a remarkable existence. Don't be presumptuous. What's more, it is even more difficult for you to come to this point in just a few decades with a mortal body. You must know that every ordinary person or living being, serious hard work, is worthy of praise and praise. The words of the epic made everyone sigh even more. This is the Supreme Master. He wants us to walk on the right path, to do good deeds, and to gain merit. He treats everyone equally, whether ordinary or extraordinary. By the way, Master Abe. For me, are all looking at it, so let's introduce this dish to everyone. Master Abe quickly calmed down and returned to normal, and then said, "Ladies and gentlemen, this pterodactyl beast Dragon King is a powerful gourmet monster that is 4,000 meters long and weighs 80 million tons. Burst. 80 million tons. Are you mistaken? What is that concept?" The elders of Kyushu remembered that they had not yet entered the origin. The carrier 030, which has the largest load, is only a little over 100,000 tons. This food Dragon King, 80 million tons. The difference is 800 times. A few days ago, those few monsters of about 100 meters attacked Sakurajima. Put it in front of this Dragon King, isn't that an ant? And this dish uses the heart of the pterodactyl beast Dragon King. There are all kinds of fairy materials added to it. Stir fry again with the samadhi god. Maximize the taste. Master, you can taste. After speaking, Master Abe lifts the lid on the porcelain bowl. Moment. A giant Dragon King phantom soared into the air. A powerful ray erupted from his mouth. This is the powerful ability of the Dragon King, the extra-dimensional laser. This kind of power made even the powerhouses of the Earth immortal rank tremble. The extra-dimensional laser hit the porcelain bowl, instantly making the pieces of meat inside glow dazzlingly. And the epic smelled the fragrance, and swallowed his saliva in his mouth. Regardless of those who were stunned, they waved their hands to conjure up a few pairs of chopsticks. Lily sound, reincarnation, eat quickly. And you guys, dreamy, come down, don't run up to the roof. For a while, the sound of swallowing saliva in the restaurant sounded one after another. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Strategy for the All Heavens Dungeon, starting from the Biohive author, I'm chasing water in the sky. Chapter 113. Epicate a great meal. The 8 kings of the food world, this powerful food monster. Every part, the food made, is the best taste in the world. Not to mention that it was made by Chef Abe, the supreme dragon chef. There was plenty of food and drink, and there was no waste of food. A table of food, all eaten. In the restaurant, Master Abe has a storyteller. However, it's not just storytelling. It's the backstory of the dungeon secret realm that the raiders found in the secret realm. For example, one of the secret stories has been sorted out. That's the note that the raiders found when they were brushing the World of Warcraft secret realm and the Boar Princess day after day. When a few notes are collected, a prologue of a story is put together. But the strange thing is that this story is not about World of Warcraft, but about another world. Its name is Genshin Impact World. I only listened to the storyteller of the secret realm, and said, in the unknown world of Genshin Impact, there is a legend that has been passed down for a long time. In that unknown land, its plants and beasts have their own kingdoms. At that time, there was no Mondstadt as it is today. It is still a small forest, and it is a place where wild boars play. In that forest, there is a kingdom of wild boars, which is rich and happy under the rule of the Boar King. The king of the kingdom has a cute little princess. She had the prettiest nose, the whitest fangs, and the smoothest mane of the entire forest. The princess is beautiful and kind, and every day she distributes the sweetest and juiciest fruits to the subjects of the kingdom. Whether it's sweet and sour raspberries, crisp apples, or delicious tree mushrooms, the princess is the first to share with her companions. Every boar in the kingdom loved their king and princess dearly, and every day they exclaimed, "Humph humph, bless our king, as long as we have him, we will have good juice to eat. Humph humph, thank you to the gentle wind god for letting the king have such a well-behaved and sensible princess." Genshin Impact World. Era sighed, just wait for the time to find this world. After all, it is also a good choice to have a raider who can have emergency food for the secret realm of the dungeon. Epic ate and drank to his heart's content, and left directly. In the restaurant, after Gun left, he completely relaxed. "This is the UN master," Athena muttered. "It seems that none of them have the majesty of my father Zeus. But I don't know why, just by looking at it, I seem to feel like I'm caught in the infinite starry sky, deep and far." Connor-chan held a small bowl, especially fond of the earthworm sprouts, and puffed out his mouth and said, "Is there one? It's just like Kobayashi, very ordinary." Luko on the side smiled, although she said that her godhead was lost, her vision was not bad. For the primordial master, the world universe, in his eyes, may be just a plaything. "Wow, that's amazing, another bowl of..." The river god squinted and raised his hand with Shilanthor and Connor-chan. "And upstairs?" I only heard Zhu Yuanzhang say loudly. "Eat quickly, after eating, I will go and get a 8 Kings delicacy." "What do you choose?" Yingzheng smiled, nodded, and said, "I have a crush on the meat of the deer king in the sky. I'm here to see how tender this 8 megaton gourmet monster is." The three elders of Kyushu said with a smile. "My granddaughter loves desserts." The snake queen mother snake with a body length of 220,000 kilometers and a weight of 1.5 Beijing tons. The body is permeated with the ultimate nectar, so how sweet its flesh must be. There are many opinions about the joy of the ultimate food. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a good thing, but don't eat it indiscriminately, especially if you eat too much, don't digest it. If you read a violent novel, go to Philu Novel Network. The great elder kindly hinted at it. "By the way, we think that storyteller is quite interesting." Zhu Yuanzhang looked at the storyteller and said with interest, "Haha, it's really good. I'm in Kyushu in the secret realm, and I have gained a good harvest." As soon as Yingzheng heard what the great elder said, he was also interested. Usually he is busy, but he doesn't have time to care about such trivial things. "Oh, Kyushu seems to have gained good information, let's hear it." The great elder naturally wouldn't shirk it. After all, the news of the secret realm was almost public. In particular, several major forces are strategic partners. "I'll just tell you one." The great elder took a sip of the soup and then continued. "We've found some information in a secret realm called Goblin Forest. That world is called the Arad Warrior World. There is a profession called a swordsman who can control the power of ghosts and gods, but the specifics are not clear. It seems that there is another class that can control the god of the red dog. That message seems strong. Moreover, there seems to be an ultimate secret hidden in the profession of the god of the giant dog." Looking at the great elder's mysterious words, Yingzheng, Zhu Yuanzhang, Bo Feng Schumann, Zhejian, and others are all interested. "Ahem." The great elder coughed, and then said slowly. "When I translated the text, 4 words appeared. Set you monkey. Maybe it's because of the translation problem, so we can't find the right answer on the side of our intelligence analysis. What the hell is the ultimate secret? It's confusing to finish the words. Regardless of the ingenuity of a few people, I can't figure it out at all. Zhaos. But there will always be a chance to enter this world. When the time comes, let's find out more. I'm not here to solve the puzzle. It's about enjoying the food. To enjoy the perfect food, it is natural to go and take away a gift from the owner. I really want to enter that world as soon as possible." Someone said after getting the 8 Kings delicacies. "The words of the UN Lord mean that we are still too weak, and we will wait first. It seems that the old man's cultivation is not enough. Patience, let's go. My sister has learned a new dish, and she happens to use the meat of this deer king to cook." Chana Igami pulled the butterfly and left. When several elders in Kyushu left the restaurant, the light curtain trembled, obviously a message was sent. and when he looked at the panel, his face didn't change much, just muttered. Why do we always go to other people's places to investigate? Strategy for the All Heavens Dungeon, starting from the Biohive. Author, I'm chasing water in the sky. Chapter 114. Kyushu has come to the secret realm again. It seems that we Daming will also integrate as soon as possible, and after restoring and stabilizing people's livelihood, we will establish the 6 reincarnations as soon as possible. Zhu Yuanzhang included the meat he received in the space ring. Yang Zheng on the side reminded him. Emperor Ming, it's time to speed up you. The opening of the chaotic secret realm, for the forces of our country, can quickly increase the strength of the world and the concentration of aura. I, Dakin, completed a chaotic secret realm yesterday. It's a fishing boat sailing on the sea, and an iron box fished up. There's a banshee's head sealed inside. As soon as you hear the voice of a banshee, you will be dominated by fear and pulled into a terrifying fantasy. Solved. Zhu Yuanzhang pulled Queen Ma and asked. Of course it's solved, it's taken away by the Yin and Yang family to do research. Yang Zheng said lightly. The two talked as they walked. A child passed by them. A kid with a tail. Interesting, it seems that it is a new world again. Queen Ma said with interest, turning her head to look at the boy with the tail. The boy who drank this boy together was the daughter of the Eastern Evil Yellow Medicine Master. Sun Wukong, hurry up, please eat the good 7 things of Master Abe's house. It's delicious, wait for me, Sister Huang Rong. Sun Goku, from the Dragon Ball world. After coming in, he was bumped into by Huang Rong. Looking at Sun Wukong as a child, Huang Rong took on the role of a confidant sister. In the restaurant, Ao Guang walked into the restaurant with Jing and Neza. After a few more glances, the child who was called Sun Wukong. Sister Ao Guang, do you know that child? I don't know, but the name. Ao Guang shook his head, knowing that the heavens and all worlds, parallel worlds. The same name, title, or even deeds, that's nothing. Maybe I can see other dragon kings of the East China Sea in the future. No need to be surprised. By the way, I got a new batch of water repellent beads over there, and I will sell them all. Li Jing and Ao Guangsun sat down in a chair, and watched Neza run to Huang Rong's table. Sister Ao Guang, why are you in such a hurry to get points? Didn't you get so many points before? Ao Guang glanced at his mouth and muttered. Who called Sister Liang Rong so many good things there, plus the construction of the Afei Dragon Palace. The Dragon Kings of the other 3 seas are naturally the same chi and branches. We want to build our own undersea metropolitan area. When the time comes, undersea tunnels, undersea cruises, undersea bullet trains, undersea playgrounds, undersea tourism. These early constructions cost money. Although Ao Guang is a bit nymphroof, he is a little astringent. But as a Dragon King, he naturally still has the intention of developing the East China Sea. And the other Dragon Kings of the 3 seas all support and join them. Nature is better. When the time comes, you can not only earn money in your own world. You will also have the opportunity to join the Heavens World travel line. The investment in the early stage will naturally be able to earn in the later stage. Otherwise, points are either saved. Either they will lend it out and give it to those big countries or other scattered forces to develop. But her Dragon King will naturally not be short-sighted and sit empty. She also wants her Dragon Clan to have that place in this heaven and world. Even her son Ao Bing, she can take it to cooperate with the research. It's not just about the idea of building a good relationship with other forces in the origin. I also want to see if I can continue to improve the potential of the Dragon Clan by relying on research. After all, the great cause of sealing the gods of the 10 cold worlds is about to begin. This is what Tai2 real people said. However, now that guy from Tai2, after running into the source. If you read a violent novel, Go to Fila Novel Network. Actually pulled Wang Er, as well as Kirabi, Ya Ei, and others. Together in the search for like-minded people, to form a professional rap RQP band. Today, together, they are studying music professionally in Kyushu. I don't have time to deal with that god. Ao Guang and Li Jing discuss the construction of the seabed. And in the other corner of the restaurant, a sloppy Taoist in a robe, obviously a little drunk. I saw him shaking his head and looking uncomfortable. Edgeworth rides the wind, destroys the demons in the world, there is wine and pleasure, and I am crazy without wine. Once you drink all the rivers, then drink and swallow the sun and the moon, 1,000 cups of drunkenness, only I am a wine and sword fairy. Good. The wine sword immortal looked up, and there were two people looking at him with all kinds of strange colors. Interesting, interesting. This is a kendo master, get together. What a strong kendo breath. Kendo master again. Kendo powerhouses, with just one look, you can see the inexplicable brilliance. Today, my Abe restaurant is open at the right time, and there are so many kendo masters from the heavens today. Several. Why don't you sit down together? You can only sit together and discuss the sword to confirm your sword. I don't know who of you will leave behind the sword to pass on the prestige of the heavens in the future. As the saying goes, there is no first in literature, and there is no second in martial arts. Among them, the kendo masters have their own unique edges. What Master Abe said, who he is talking about, these kendo masters naturally know. In the middle of the second floor, Gainai got up and said, "A few of you, why don't you come up together and discuss the sword and drink together?" The few people who were invited downstairs naturally did not miss this opportunity. "Thank you, my name is Xie Xiaofeng, this is my old enemy Yanchizan, this is my friend Magic Sword Ding Peng, bothering you." The wine sword fairy on the side also stood up and looked very happy. In Xia Situzhong, you can also call me a wine sword fairy. In addition, it exudes a free and uninhibited, handsome and chic temperament. But the man in white, who looked melancholy and tender, spoke. Under Xiao Li Fadeo, Li Sunhuan. Haha, everyone, hurry up and take a seat, today is really happy, to have so many Taoist friends together. Yegukin laughed heartily and hurriedly greeted a few people. Even on weekdays, the frosty face of Simon blows snow. I can also see that his eyes are blooming with inexplicable colors. That's so handsome. Ao Guang almost drooled out, staring at Li Sunhuan with a nymphomaniac. Ximen blowing snow, Yegukin, Dugu seeking defeat, Nameless, Sword Saint, Gainai, Wei Chuang, Xie Xiaofeng, Yanchizan, Juji Unxian, Li Sunhuan, Ding Peng. Some people recite these names one by one. Among them, there will be people who will be famous in the heavens and all worlds in the future. Hey, the last two are playing with knives. The heavens are getting more and more interesting. Strategy for the All Heavens Dungeon, starting from the Biohive. Author, I'm chasing water in the sky. Chapter 115. I heard that a few days ago, among the masters of the origin sword Deo, a sword immortal came. Yes, the one who is known as the wine sword immortal, and in that world, he has the heavenly realm, the demon realm, and the human realm. It is said that on that day, many martial arts masters went to the restaurant and listened to those people talk about swords, and they all gained a lot. Don't make any noise, pay attention to the movement, you haven't figured out how to complete this task yet. You said that this parallel world eagle sauce, is there something wrong with the brain, getting some viruses that you can't handle yourself, and it's always leaking. We've all brushed up on a few doomsday secret realms, all of them are caused by them, don't you want to be so decaying? In a small town of eagle sauce, access has been completely restricted at this moment. Information signals, etc., have also been completely cut off. The fully armed biochemical troops, naturally have already surrounded this place. An inexplicable virus suddenly appeared in the town. The transmission of this virus is dependent on air. But it didn't travel far, and it died in the air. But it also infected the whole town. The first to learn the news was naturally Kyushu. After all, they have task reminders. There is also Nuwa surveillance. Overhead, there is a South Heavenly Gate archguard, and the deep space troops stand in the sky. Moreover, after this virus is infected, it will not turn into a zombie. Instead, when the mood is out of control, the whole body will undergo violent changes. At the same time, it will also be zombie sanity, and instantly have power beyond ordinary people. As long as the emotions are calm, they will be restored. But injuries can also die, they hurt. It can only be said that it is a virus similar to the madness skill. For a while, Eagle Sauce was overjoyed. As for an unknown virus infection or something, that's not a problem. Compared to this, possess this virus, conduct research genetic agents. That's the most important thing. After all, Eagle Sauce is really having a hard time today. The rabbit, who looked so unpleasant, suddenly tore off his rabbit costume. Become an evil dragon. Look down on everyone under the stars. That's the scariest thing. Nowadays, there is nothing more serious than losing the title of the first superpower. The emergence of this unknown virus is simply a gift from God. Although Kyushu says now, he doesn't care much about these people abroad. But there is no overbearing, you have to learn from Eagle Sauce to be a global security guard. With Eagle Sauce time, it is better to brush the secret realm, practice martial arts, research science and technology, and engage in construction. At most, it's monitored. For example, the Monster Corps last time, this virus research. Let them do it. Failed to enter the secret realm. The virus has not been eliminated, and it has not been completely isolated. Tisk, the mission failed, and besides, it wasn't completely isolated, which meant it had spread. It doesn't matter, it won't hurt us anyway. The warriors in the shadows who are watching Hawk-chan's every move only need to pass on information. The rest, they don't care. But for the elders of Kyushu, they naturally knew about it early. After all, Nuwa monitors the world, and it is clear who is infected and where they have gone. However, it is clear that Kyushu does not care about this. Instead, it was a provenance announcement that cheered everyone up. Extermination mission. Mission: exterminate the captives of the three realms of immortals, gods, Buddhas, demons, and monsters, from the world of Wukong's legend. Rewards: 1. You can get a fairy fragment to integrate into your own world and sect. If you read a violent novel, you can go to Philu Novel Network. Rewards: 2. All the world's immortal laws, Buddhist laws, refining weapons, and alchemy. And other knowledge information. When participants obtain, they only need to consume 50 points to bind and obtain. Rewards: 3. All items such as magic weapons, immortal weapons, and extraordinary materials in the world, when participants obtain them, they only need to consume 50 points to bind and obtain. Note that this quest tries not to interfere with the human kingdom as much as possible. Note that this quest has intruders entering. Of course, there's a lot of quest information. Moreover, this information can be said to surprise everyone. Naturally, in the Great Hall of the Heavenly Raiders, there was another meeting. Master, this is what you call the heavens and all the worlds. Li Xiaoao said with great interest. When I saw someone holding an alien or a domesticated Zerg, I hurriedly stepped forward to take a look. I saw the sky again, the dragons and phoenixes were flying and playing. There are fiery red unicorns stepping on auspicious clouds, and there are Suanwea moving lightly, but shrinking the ground and moving like inches. There were also 4 huge chimpanzees that flew together in the sky. One of them grabbed a large fruit, bit it into pieces, turned into a child, and fell to the ground. Hello Uncle Wine Sword Fairy. The Wine Sword Fairy smiled, took out a string of sugar gourds and gave it to the child. Thank you. Seeing the kid leaving, Li Xiaoyao ran to the side of the Wine Sword Fairy with an excited face. Master, there are so many monsters. Bang. Ouch, it hurts. Let you talk nonsense, these are not monsters, they are just a wise creature in the heavens and all worlds. Zhujian Immortal said to Li Xiaoyao, and then looked at the person in the black robe behind him. Lunatic cult master, you trust me this time. The moon worship sect master's face turned red, and his eyes flashed with brilliance. He bowed deeply towards the Wine Sword Immortal, and said excitedly. The grace of the Wine Sword Immortal Taoist friend, the moon worship is unforgettable. I believe this is the place where we can break our fate. Speaking of this, a fierce color flashed in Bai Yu's eyes. Humph, our fate, the fate of all beings, is by no means the puppet of the so-called fate, and providence. I want all beings to coexist, and I want to worship the moon so that Nuwa's bloodline can last forever, and be prosperous. Speaking of which, Bai Yu glanced at Li Xiaoyao. It's you kid, yes, the child of destiny, it's the love of your blood with Nuwa, the infinite love, that saves everything. However, this time, you just need to have a good relationship with the Nuwa clan and reproduce. Hey, Master Wine Sword Fairy, Master Moon Worship, don't play dumb riddles. Li Xiaoyao shouted, followed and walked into the main hall of the attacker. Is that Kyushu, which is dominated by technology? I traveled through the starry land, and only then did I realize that the earth under my feet was a circle. And this world of science and technology, the gaze, is already in the endless sky and starry sky. It's time for me to go to Kyushu and study. I firmly believe that science and technology are a good medicine for rejuvenating the people and saving the world. Well, you learn your science. I practice my kendo. The Wine Sword Immortal didn't bother to pay attention to this tech fanatic. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Strategy for the All Heavens Dungeon, starting from the Biohive. Author, I'm chasing water in the sky. Chapter 116. Zhang Zhenren, it's been a long time. Huang Laoxi, you slow down, the mouth of the old flower is full of oil. Wang Feng, I heard that your nephew was drained of his soul by you because he molested a woman from a good family, and he was sent to hell to reform his life. Hassie's hot mother, what's the matter with your waist? Malata, I'm so miserable. Pigs are advancing suddenly. Whose child doesn't wear clothes? Butterfly Shinobi, I heard that you have found the Ghost King. Found it, it's been sold to the Heavenly Origin Research Institute, and we'll go back to visit it once in a while. The kind that you really visited, the kind you brought bananas. Simu, hurry up, grind and chirp. Today's Heavenly Raiders Hall is a little noisy. But once inside, the sound fades significantly until it disappears. Half an hour before the start of the 503 meeting, all the representatives of the various forces had already arrived. There are fairies wandering around with fruit bowls and wine. It's like a fairy palace. Ladies and gentlemen, I have come here today to bother you. Yang Zheng looked around, and then spoke. However, you should have also seen the latest announcement from the UN Master. A strong world. One side has the world of immortals, Buddhas, gods, and demons. There is the mythical heavenly court, the ancient Jade Emperor and Queen Mother, the Buddha, the demons, and the underworld. But this world, the immortals, gods, and Buddhas, is already riddled with sins, no different from demons. Therefore, the way of heaven is no longer in them, but in me and you. That's why we have the task of extermination. However, I don't know what the intruder means. No matter what it is, conquering this world, but it conforms to the way of heaven, the meaning of the origin of my heavens, and the will of the primordial master. Zhu Yuanzhang didn't care about anything else. The benefits gained from conquering such a world naturally do not need to be said. It's most important. It's the immortal fragment. It was a divine artifact that could evolve into a fairy realm. If you integrate into your own De Ming, then De Ming is afraid that in an instant, it will become a fairy kingdom in the world. Moreover, this raider. The rewards of fairy shards are distributed according to the degree of contribution. The more you contribute, the more you will be rewarded organically. Second, there are more immortal family enlightenment methods, immortal treasures and other items. After you get it, you can even buy it at least 50% off. If there is a merit bonus, the contribution bonus. The discounts can be even more. How can this not make everyone's hearts move? This world's immortal heavenly court, and the gods and Buddhas, are even more corrupt than our world. Worship the moon side. In this world, the desire of immortals and Buddhas is stronger than that of mortals. Although there are also beings who want to overthrow everything, but they are weak. However, with the intervention of the Origin Raider, everything in this is about to disappear. In the main hall, they were all caught up in discussions about how to exterminate demons and monsters. In the heavens, in that unknown place, there was a slight fluctuation. Journey to the west to the demon world. A fat-headed, big-headed, greasy mouth, drawing on rice paper. On the side, a young man who has not yet shaved his face, holding a book of 300 children's rhymes, carefully studying. Master, when can I go to subdue demons and subdue demons? The young man put down 300 nursery rhymes and asked. The fat man, but he was eating a big chicken leg, and said inarticulately. Wait, you haven't come yet, and the time hasn't come yet. After speaking, he no longer paid attention to the apprentice's broken thoughts. But there was an inexplicable movement in my heart. Heavens and worlds, journey to the west, such as coming, interesting, interesting. I'm going to take a good look. This golden cicada is not worse than my apprentice, but it's a pity that I encountered a bad pen. Read the violent novel, go to the Fila Novel Network. It's also called roulette. Humph, I want to control everything, but I don't know that I have fallen behind. Such a ruin of my reputation as a roulette, if I don't kill it, it's not enough to vent my anger. I want this day, I can't cover my eyes anymore, I want this earth, I can't bury my heart anymore, I want all living beings to understand my intentions, and I want all the Buddhas to disappear. Master, did you just say 300 children's songs? It sounds so handsome. A flash of brilliance flashed in the young man's eyes, and he stared at the fat man and said, No, this is your master's self-creation. The fat man was serious, but he said it brazenly. There is no meaning at all that the monks do not speak. But master, we are monks, why do you want the Buddhas to disappear? It's your business, I'm willing. And in the origin, he has already prepared for the Secret Realm Strategy Battle 0. Two clear goals. Heavenly Court and Buddha Gate. Demons and monsters are secondary. Among them, the most important thing to pay attention to is the Buddha's Nyure. And another point. It's the intruder. I don't know what that means. Maybe it has something to do with the chaotic entry into the secret realm. Entering the secret realm is a monster or a disaster in reality. And those who intrude, perhaps, are living beings. Whether it is friend or foe is not very clear. But the people of the origin are not afraid. Therefore, at this time, it can be said that all are mobilized. Those who retreated in the tower of the source were shouted out. Dong Huangtai was unhappy, but this secret realm was a big deal after all, so he couldn't think about it too much. There's another monkey king here. Ao Guang sighed. Then his face turned straight, and he thought of the white dragon horse. It just so happens that my dragon clan is going to develop, and these dragon clans, I will be disrespectful all over the world. I don't know if there's any one of them that's handsome. Liangrong listened to Aoguang's words, smiled, and then asked. Sister Aoguang, do you also have son Wukong? Aoguang nodded, looking at son Wukong, who was mixed with a few orangutans. Yes, I have one in that world, one in the origin, and now there is another one in the world of the 5.1 raiders. This shouldn't be the same. I think Sister Aoguang's world is a bit similar to this side. Liangrong summarized the information and said. This little Wukong is a world of martial arts and technology. And you also have heaven and earth over there, but it's similar. Aoguang didn't care much. Forget it, whatever. This is an unlimited copy, and my 4 Seas Dragon clan will definitely lead the shrimp soldiers and crab generals, all of them will be dispatched. It is just in the heavens that I am famous for the dragon clan of the 4 seas. Okay, then Sister Aoguang, hurry up and prepare, time waits for no one. Time really waits for no one. 3 days after the origin time. In the world of the legend of Wukong, the secret realm of the dungeon has been opened. Strategy for the All Heavens dungeon, starting from the Biohive. Author, I'm chasing water in the sky. Chapter 117. Unlimited dungeons to destroy the secret realm of the mission. It can be done with the help of external forces. The scattered forces usually have a quota limit, and they cannot be like the power of the country. Spend points at will, and you can make people apply to become a raider. But the scattered forces, in the large-scale secret realm without any restrictions. It is possible to temporarily set aside the scattering restriction. You can lead your friends, a team, or even an army. Enter the secret realm of the dungeon. For example, the 10 Cold 4 Seas Dragon clan. The ones who become raiders are naturally dominated by the 4 Seas Dragon clan. That's just 180 real dragons. But now, the entire 4 Seas Dragon clan has been dispatched. And bring their army of the undersea. After all, they coveted the dragons of the other world. And Lord Li Jingli of Chintaguan did not bring his generals. I just invited 3 or 5 friends. For example, Master Huang and Master Huo, who stood next door. There is also Neza and his Master Tai, 2 real people. And everyone enters the secret realm of the dungeon, the goal of the first 05 time. It's heavenly court. Dakan, 20 million soldiers, led by Wang Qian, Bai Qi, Meng Tian, and others. Daming, 30 million soldiers, led by Su De, Chang Yuchun, Zhu De, and others. In fact, the Ming dynasty can have more soldiers, but the elite soldiers who can handle it are only 30 million. These 30 million elite soldiers, but on the battlefield of doom. There have been great battles with zombies, mutant zombies, Zerg and other monsters. And in Kyushu, there will be fewer soldiers. But it is the most comprehensive, covering land, sea, and air. Those weapons that exceeded the period of celebration were pulled out. The space battleship has been raised in the starry sky. Deep space swarm teams eyeing the outside of the atmosphere. The land surface transcendent team pressed towards the heavenly court together with the major forces. Hundreds of aircraft carrier formations in the sea, operating together with the dragons of the 4 seas. The ninja army is operating under the leadership of the original Shadow and the current counselor. And hidden in the void command room, the one who controls the overall situation is naturally the head of each force. Attack the South Heavenly Gate. In the command room, the order to launch a total war is launched. In the world of Wukong's legend, the Great War began. The first is on the ground, in the air, and in space. 3-way fire salvo, saturated fire coverage. Bombs, missiles, electromagnetic weapons, ion cannons. This is a feast of the armed forces of modern warfare. In the heavenly court, the Jade Emperor watched Gong Yi's graceful dance and enjoyed it with his ministers. There are countless delicacies of fairy fruits. The Queen Mother is naturally among them, and there is even a peach to give it. But suddenly, the heavens and the earth shook. The entire fairy world trembled. The void tore apart, and there seemed to be an ominous aura enveloping it. What's going on? The Jade Emperor was disturbed by Yaxing, patted the royal shore, and looked at Tai Bicing. Tai Bicing pinched his fingers, and his old face folded and squeezed together. But after a few breaths, it is not anything at all. At this moment, the heavenly machine is disordered, confusing all the chi machines. But inexplicably, there seems to be endless killings, rushing in the face. Your Majesty, at this moment, the heavens are chaotic, and Wycan really can't count it. Tai Bicing said with some embarrassment. Bastard, in this case, is it the monkey again? But the Queen Mother on the side rebuked angrily. Niang Niang, that monkey is with that Tang Seng at this time, and he is about to arrive at Lingshan, it shouldn't be him. Tai's Hang Lejun on the side said, he was also pinching his fingers and calculating something, but he frowned and increased his mana, but he still didn't get anything. Just when the immortals were puzzled. Outside, heavenly soldiers broke in. Report. Your Majesty, there is an invasion of the immortal realm by an army of extraterritorial heavenly demons. Extraterrestrial heavenly demons. Occasionally, a monster that falls into the three realms from the cracks in the world. If you read a violent novel, go to Filu Novel Network. It's a legacy of the chaotic era. However, what the hell is the heavenly demon army? Bastard, there is still an army of extraterritorial heavenly demons. The Jade Emperor stood up and shot a mana in his hand. Turned into a flash of mirror light, appearing in mid-air. But the image displayed in it stunned everyone. It's really an army of extraterritorial heavenly demons. But the immortals were only slightly surprised, but they were not in a hurry at all. It seems that these heavenly demons are vulnerable. Let's ask, who else in these three realms can shake the heavenly court? That can't exist. But the next moment. Don't wait for them to be reserved. The saturation strike of the Origin United Army has arrived. Nuclear strikes, electromagnetic strikes, and ion beam strikes are coming one after another. In an instant, the huge immortal realm fell into endless artillery fire in an instant. Don't underestimate these attacks, the energy released by these attacks can hit in an instant, not to mention the explosion of stars. But take a bath on a planet, that's a minute. And do you know what a saturation strike is? It's just bombing, bombing, bombing. Don't ask for devastating damage to these powerful immortals. But at least some of the heavenly soldiers and generals can be killed. In other words, the saturation blow still makes the forces feel distressed about the destruction of the building. For them. At this moment, the fairy world is already in their pocket. Those immortal buildings are all their own things. If it's broken, others don't feel distressed, but they feel distressed. Good guys, these people have already taken these things for themselves before they even officially started working. And in the fairy palace, immortal light spread. Many immortals naturally reacted to 467 over. The Queen Mother's face was even more hideous and angry. This palace will definitely send a heavenly demon into the 18th layer of hell, and he will not be able to live forever. Order the heavenly soldiers, I want to kill all those heavenly demons. The Jade Emperor roared to himself. And at the moment when the Origin Legion arrived, Rula and Guanyin and others naturally discovered it. The number of days has changed. If you are puzzled and confused. But more than that, anger. He did not allow any of the three realms to exist beyond his control. He used sophistry to win the golden cicada and break his Deo heart. The will of living beings must be under their control, and free will, that is not allowed. Suppressed Sun Wukong for 500 years and made him lose his heart to fight, which is his own victory. But why now? Heaven and earth have changed. And with the variables come It's endless killing. It seems that there is an earth-shaking change that is about to descend on the three realms. And with the majestic energy surging, the violent sound, and the trembling fairy world. R'lyeh looked at the fairy world with deep eyes. With the unknown army of the huge number of raiders. Are these the reasons for the change in days? If the Buddha's mind moves, he knows what he is thinking. Just staring. Strategy for the All Heavens Dungeon, starting from the Biohive. Author, I'm chasing water in the sky. Chapter 118. Ah, is the Monkey King here again? Brothers, the Monkey King will definitely defeat the heavenly soldiers this time. The head of a demon hung from a pillar of jade, its eyes hollow, but the blood seemed to flow endlessly. He muttered, shouting with all the strength he had to gain. I don't know where the voice is going. I don't know, there are any demons who can hear it. But is there really such a beautiful Monkey King out there? The heavenly palace of the immortal realm was in an instant. 28 constellations, 9 star officials, 12 UN Chen, 5 directions Jedi and other heavenly generals naturally lead the heavenly soldiers to resist the enemy. The Void Dragon clan, the Xiao clan, the Gu clan, and the Medicine clan, all of them will be killed with me. Xiao Yan was dressed in spirit armor, fighting with wings, and the ancient clans led by him. Even if it was a high-level Do Shen, he didn't care about Xiao Yan as the leader. Because the benefits are beyond imagination. You don't need Source G to advance to the Do Emperor, who doesn't care about this kind of power. Therefore, an alliance led by Xiao Yan of the Xiao clan and Yaokan of the Medicine clan was naturally formed. Even if it's because it's a scattered force, the number of places is limited. But there are still a few places for each ethnic group. I have seen the heavens and all the worlds with my own eyes, and I know it. Only by reporting the group, the races of the different fire world, can be in the heavens forever. Even the upper realm of the alien fire world will not be afraid of it. The world will be as powerful as lightning, and the atmosphere of the apocalypse will be violent. It seems that the elements of nature are crumbling, thunderstorms, fires, strong winds, hailstorms, subsidence, like walking disasters. Dozens of huge Susa can be killed, among the heavenly soldiers. A yin and yang Taiji diagram fell from the sky, and Zhang Sanfan seemed to be looking for a target. Fellow Daoist, poor Dao will have a discussion with you. Tai's Hanglajun Buddha dust waved, the sky was full of fire, and the fairy light turned into sharp arrows, colliding with the Taiji diagram. Li Jing, the king of Tota, was overstretched under the siege of Shilen Li Jing and Neza. Daddy, how is this person the same as your name? Li Jing's mouth twitched, ignoring Neza. The Four Seas Dragon clan will naturally not lag behind, looking for the heavenly general. The scattered people reported to attack. For a while, the situation in the entire heavenly court was one-sided. The Jade Emperor's legs and feet were numb, and the Queen Mother was already a little afraid. Ha ha ha, how can this matter be missing, my son Wukong? When the Jade Emperor heard this, he panicked instantly. Quick, quick, please come to the Buddha. However, as soon as the Jade Emperor's voice fell, another voice resounded across the universe. I am the Monkey King. I saw two bright lights in the sky, one in front of the other, descending into the ruined heavenly palace. It is the two Monkey Kings. True or fake Monkey King? The people of the heavenly court don't know. This is what was refined by Tai's Hanglajun 500 years ago, after making a big fuss in the sky. Because Sun Wukong was born from the essence of the strange stones of heaven and earth, he is immortal and immortal. So, as set up a game, is to let Sun Wukong kill Sun Wukong. The one who was killed, naturally, was a fake, a six-eared macaque. The one who wins will naturally attain positive results and become a Buddha. For a time, the two Monkey Kings fought in the starry sky. It seems to light up the galaxy in an instant. A huge fire spread. Sun Wukong is here, if you come, you should still be waiting. In the hidden command room of the void, there are Yingzhang Think Tank, Zhu Yuanzhang Think Tank, Kyushu Elders and Intelligence Analysis Department, and Ninja World Think Tank. Liang Rong looked at Sun Wukong's appearance and her eyebrows flashed. It seems that Tang Seng is dead, and the golden cicada may have gone to roulette. And those poor people are here too. In the light curtain, what Liang Rong said was naturally Sha Seng and Zhu Beiji. The first time Sha Seng went to find the fragments of the glazed jade cup. For him, his goal is to collect the glazed jade cup and return to heaven. If you read a violent novel, go to Filu Novel Network. It's a pity, so does the Queen Mother really care about this? Isn't the meaning of our coming here to break the fate and reincarnation of this world, these poor people? Li Shanchang, who was behind Zhu Yuanzhang, said in a deep voice. Everyone present knew that the ultimate goal was the Buddha. Let's all go out, no more delay, and a quick victory. After all, there's the unknown intruder. Wang Jian put forward his own suggestion, and Heavenly Court was already at a disadvantage at this moment. But still resisting. Every soldier who dies is an unnecessary injury. Of course, with the resurrection, you are naturally not afraid. The harvest of this raider, just the fragments of the fairy world, can return to the original. Okay, I'll let you know. In the command room, the signal of the general attack sounded. In the vault of heaven, huge warships appeared in the void, accompanied by Saint Seiya, Tenleng Zeus, Odin, Nuwa. The 3 Cold Universe Masters have descended. Dog Sun, Thor, Tisk. Wang. This is the otherworldly universe, not any time and space in our universe at all. Zeus said leisurely, looking at Nuwa. Why are you here? I'm here to help my dog's son, and Odin's guy is here to help his daughter. What are you doing here? Why don't you go back and put on a mask? Phew. Nuwa looked at the battle in the palace from a long distance. The old lady heard from the river god that in the other universe, there is also Nuwa, and she has been calculated. Moreover, I actually let my Nuwa bloodline, at the same time, only one exist. The old lady came here, of course, to investigate this matter. I want to see which miscellaneous person dares to treat my Nuwa bloodline like this. What Shilan Nuwa said was naturally the world of Jijian Immortal and Li Xiaoao. Nuwa Niang Niang, the general attack signal is coming, and it's time for us to make our debut. The river god said lightly. You guys go straight to the galaxy, I'll do it too. Do you want to do that again? Nuwa said in a flurry voice, obviously knowing what the river god wanted to do. Hey, your, Li's, trick can also be used in other universes. This is not the old lady's territory. Nuwa Niang Niang, it's okay, the origin doesn't limit my power. However, it is not used to using it in other universes, so the time to use it may be a little shorter. Okay, Nuwa, let's try it, anyway, it doesn't cost money. Odin teased his dog son and said with his nose buttoned. The next moment, the huge fleet group sailed directly into the starry galaxy. Moment. The huge phantom of the river god came out of the galaxy. Poof. What the hell is that? Isn't that the river god? Could it be that the Milky Way is also a river? Whether it is the origin of the people, or the heavenly court, or even the people of Guanyin. And the heavenly intruders who watched the live broadcast behind the scenes. Is it also directly shocking? This is the river god. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Strategy for the All Heavens Dungeon, starting from the Biohive. Author, I'm Chasing Water in the Sky. Chapter 119. Old Nuwa, Zeus, Odin. What did you drop this group of golden Saint Seiyas? Hey. Or is it this group of silver Saint Seiyas? Ha. Or is it this group of bronze saint Ceas? Who's old, river god? In an instant, under the shadow of the huge river god, the greatly increased fleet, together with the saint Ceas, rushed out of the galaxy, sailed to the heavenly palace, and joined the battle. With the addition of a large number of new forces, the balance of victory sank to the bottom in an instant. Heavenly court, there is no possibility of winning. And in the command room, there are also three figures appearing. It's Nuwa, Zeus, and Odin. Meet Nuwa Niang Niang, I've seen two god kings. Hey, why do you all know Nuwa, and you still respect her so much, this old woman? Zeus shouted angrily. Nuwa's original face was still reserved, but it was instantly transformed. But reserved and reserved, you can't lose the reputation of the old lady Nuwa. Everyone sat together. Yang Zheng first spoke. Nuwa Niang Niang, this monkey king is the colorful stone left by Nuwa in this world to mend the sky, and it is born from the essence of the sun and the moon. Such a, 983. Ahem, I mean to say, the Nuwa of this universe is so powerful. Everyone naturally knew Shilan Nuwa's temperament, and the river god had already greeted her. I heard the Dragon King of the East China Sea say that they also have a monkey king. But that monkey king was originally an ordinary monkey in Huiguo Mountain, Ala country. Later, he was struck by lightning and felt that he was the protagonist. Then occupy the mountain as the king, apprentice to learn the art. Liang Rong's words made everyone stunned. That monkey king is not a serious lord, plus the river god, the dragon king, Neza and Tai, two real people. G. And Liang Rong remembered that when the dragon king Ao Guang talked to her privately, he revealed the improper use of the golden hoop stick. Now she doesn't dare to look directly at the two monkey kings who are now in the heavenly palace, exerting great might. And at this very moment, in the light curtain, in the direction of Lingshan, the endless Buddha light suddenly lit up. Did Rule finally make a move? If you don't make a move, you won't be able to. The heavenly court, heavenly soldiers and heavenly generals are almost finished at this moment. And in the unknown land of the heavens, one side of the immortal realm is in the heavenly court. The Jade Emperor God is mighty, how can it be compared to the world of Wukong's legend, and the trembling legs and stomachs can be compared? It's a pity that I can't go to that world in person, and I was actually preempted by the other side of Di Wuzong Roulette. The Queen Mother on the side was smiling, as if it wasn't the same thing. But the movements of his hands show their meaning. I saw her throw in 10 peaches and put them into the live broadcast of the light curtain. And leave a message too. If anyone can kill the so-called Queen Mother with his own hands, he will be able to receive these 10 peaches. Meantime, the raiders suddenly received a message prompt. Bounty mission, bounty from the Queen Mother of the exotic land, kill the Queen Mother of the world in the legend of Wukong. Reward, 10 9,000-year-old peaches. As soon as this news came out, it immediately made some scattered people feel like chickens. Hurry up, high-level Do Sheng, kill me, target the Queen Mother. Xiao Yan knew what these 9,000-year-old peaches represented, and roared loudly. As soon as Xiao Yan's words fell, those high-level fighting saints were already top fighting skills, and top martial arts were all outstanding. Space is distorting and cracking. But someone is faster. Has already faded into a robe. I don't know who is pulling it, wearing a big barrel of wood kagaya in a JK suit. As he waved his hand, several balls of different colors appeared out of thin air. Each ball shimmers with a different power. Thunder, fire, wind, earth, water, yin, yang. Each of these spheres seems to be a world of elements. Instantly descended into the sky, beside the Queen Mother. Boom boom, if you read a violent novel, go to Filu Novel Network. The Queen Mother couldn't dodge, and was instantly collided by the ball, which made the world explode. Leaves only a land of chaos. Wuo. Two golden rays of light appeared. Among them, the Queen Mother and the Jade Emperor were wrapped. Not dead. It was Rula who saved them. But the life of the Queen Mother of Heaven and Earth has already been rewarded, and the raiders will not let it live. I saw that in the sky, a huge kunpeng spread its wings. Grab it down. In the claws, there seems to be a big sun. This is one of the kunpeng treasure techniques, the sun fist. The one who made the shot must be the master of the great Qin Yin and Yang family, the Eastern Emperor Tai. The results of his retreat for several months were really good. In one punch, it is like a kunpeng catching the sun. Tear through the void. Evil beast. In the sky, an angry shout sounded. It was the Buddha. He wanted to save the Jade Emperor and the Queen Mother again. But in an instant, a figure blocked his way with Kuan-Yin and the Bodhisattvas and Arhats. The golden cicada seems to be among them. In front of him, he was standing in the way of a chubby, greasy fat man. And in this moment, the kunpeng great sun in the distance instantly submerged the Jade Emperor and the Queen Mother. But no one paid attention to the movement over there. Lingshan Bodhisattva and Arhat, I don't know why. When I saw this greasy fat man, it seemed that he was no different from the world-honored ones he saw on weekdays. Master. Jin Cicada whispered. Haha, I'm not your master, but I'm also the master of the golden cicada. Not my master. But he is the master of the golden cicada. Is there another one that I can't make? These words, Jin Shanzi did not understand, Kuan-Yin did not understand, and the Arhats did not understand. But if you come to the Buddha, you may know some. He is the strongest in this world, the black hand behind the scenes, and the ancestor who controls everything. Naturally, there was some speculation in my mind. But in terms of the heavens and all the worlds, he is just a frog at the bottom of the well after all. The greasy fat man glanced at the golden cicada with a smile, and then looked at Roulette. Fellow deist, how does it feel to be in control? If nothing happens to us, this time, will you win or lose? The Buddha just looked at the greasy fat man indifferently, glanced at the golden cicada, and then said slowly. I won 500 years ago, and 500 years from now, I will win the same. Even if you come, this ending will never change. The greasy fat man shook his head and wiped the greasy stain on his hands. I'm not here to argue with you. Today, I did one. Let's divide you and me. As soon as the greasy fat man's voice fell, his figure disappeared in an instant. And in the three realms, a huge golden body of the Buddha that seemed to burst the three realms stood in the sky. Is it the Buddha? Someday it will be called. Even those two Wukongs went to battle. No, it's a trespasser. There are also raiders who suddenly said. Strategy for the All Heavens dungeon, starting from the Biohive. Author, I'm chasing water in the sky. Chapter 120. It's the intruder, the Buddha from the other side of the world traveling to the west. The raiders, naturally, received an information prompt. This is the intruder. It's still the Buddha of one side of the world. Well, that is, to such as to fight. Let's quickly destroy the heavenly court, let's do it first. And the Eastern Emperor Tai, who had just killed the Queen Mother and the Jade Emperor, was holding 5 peaches. The other 3 were assigned to J.K. Kagaya, and 2 were assigned to Xiao Yan. They are kind of a 3-way cooperation, and they kill together. So the 3 parties are divided. But he was the East Emperor Tai mending the knife, so he got the most points. And still in the distance, it seems that half of the sand monk is stunned. When he saw the Queen Mother die, he let go of the Buddha as if he had just woken up from a dream. The complicated look on his face, I don't know if it's crying, laughing, or angry. Heavenly court was defeated. It seems that the war between the whole heaven and earth has subsided. The human world is still so peaceful and peaceful. I didn't know the war in the heavenly palace, and I couldn't see the Buddha sitting in the universe with a golden body. The light of the Buddha shone on the sky, and it was an invisible battle. That's the idea, the collision with the Dharma. In the eyes of the golden cicada, there is an unknown brilliance. Behind him are a group of arhats. Some of the bodies trembled, and the Buddha's light was lost from the body, and then they died. This is the indoctrination of another world-honored one's Dharma philosophy, which makes his Deo heart collapse and his soul is scattered. Until the palm that covers the universe covers the heavens, as if one hand is holding the sky. In an instant, the Buddha's light and golden body all dissipated, and everything in the world returned to peace. Who won? And in front of Jinshanzi and Guanyin, the greasy fat man appeared in front of him. He looked as if he was wounded. But for some reason, it shows more Buddhism and truth. You won. No, it's Rula who won. The fat monk's words made Jinshanzi seem to have an understanding. Why don't you come to me to learn 300 children's songs? My apprentice is going to do that demon subjugation. You can also come and help. Looked at the golden cicada's eager gaze. The fat monk continued. By the way, you can bring your girlfriend. As soon as the fat monk finished speaking, in the heavenly palace, 2 monkey kings flew down. Buddha, I am the real monkey king. You fake, so respectful, I'm real. Moreover, I don't even know if this is true, ha 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 ha. 2 monkey kings, one crazy and one anxious. The fat monk shook his head and glanced at the golden cicada. Idiot. You're both fake. Ever since you came out of the furnace and split into 2, you are all fake. After the fat monk finished speaking, he paused, and there was no hint in his ears. I laughed at myself. The eyes of the Buddha flashed. A ghostly light appeared, and a stubborn stone fell out of thin air. 2 monkey kings were sucked into it at the same time. Meantime, the stubborn stone turned into fairy light and flew into the distance, as if it had gone to a mountain. There. It's called Huaguo Mountain. 500 years ago, 500 years later, the Monkey King who was integrated into one is the Monkey King. After speaking, the fat monk turned around and seemed to be about to leave. But Guanyin, who was on the side, hurriedly walked out. World honored. The fat monk paused, didn't look back, and sighed. This heaven and earth is about to enter the end of the law. With that, the figure disappeared. The fat monk returns to the familiar street, the familiar world. The apprentice is nowhere to be found, so he should have gone somewhere to make a fool. If you read a violent novel, go to Fila Novel Network. There were prompts in my ears. Congratulations on getting praise from the heavens. The Buddha of the world of eternity praised you and rewarded the complete chapter of the divine palm. In the desolate world, the guide praised you and rewarded you with an acquired spirit treasure. Flood world, the quasi-deist praised you, and rewarded a lotus leaf for illness. Fengshen world, Duobeo Rula praised you and rewarded an acquired spirit treasure. Settlement, a copy of cheats, supernatural powers, etc., belongs to the heavenly origin, and the physical reward is 3 or 7 points. Note, physical rewards can also be exchanged for corresponding points to obtain the right to consume at the source. 7 points is U7 and I3. If you have any questions, please complain directly. Phew. Is it as dark as you guys? I've worked hard to fight, and the benefits are all in you. Next time I look for something else. Ahem, there's something to say, there's something to say. What is it called? This makes people under the eaves and have to bow their heads. Forget it, don't bother to care. The deity is the Buddha who just showed his face in the heavens and all worlds. Haven't you seen so many praises? If you come to the palm of God, the world of eternity. Hey, fellow, we're not the same place anymore, and you still want to use me as an object of subtraction and emptiness. Exchange points for points, I will eat the meat of this food world. Jesus can't stop him. Who is Jesus? Well, change more, I'm not such a stingy person, give a little bit to the Buddhas who give you a reward. In the world of Wukong's legend, the heavenly court is almost destroyed. There was not much left, almost shattered. 3 days have passed since that battle. In the middle of the Huaguo mountain, a white dragon casts a spell in the sky to rain and restore the vitality of Huaguo mountain. Little white dragon, are you sure you don't want to go to my world? Aoguang glanced at the golden cicada. Where's the bald little white face? Sister Aoguang, it's not like we can't see each other for the rest of our lives, I just want to be by his side quietly now. That's just as well. The dragon clan of the four seas was divided among the four great powers. The rest was handed over to the 10 cold four seas dragon clan. Of course, as a price, part of the harvest of the heavenly palace needs to be given out, and priority should be given to the selection of the scattered forces. The heavenly soldiers and generals of the heavenly court have all entered reincarnation. The same is true of Buddhism, including Guanyin. Only the demon clan is led by the stone next to them, hoping to enter a new world. That's right, stones. Is the real resurrection, the Monkey King. Sun Wukong, who has already remembered all his memories. However, the resurrection is not complete, and it still needs to be in the stone to continue to absorb the essence of heaven and earth. However, this world is about to enter the age of the end of the law. So you need to change your place of residence. To be honest, several major powers have some thoughts on this. However, those of the demon clan who did not listen to discipline and were riddled with sins were all beaten to death. The ones left behind are naturally led by the Monkey King. And the Monkey King wants a world that completely belongs to their demon clan.